Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Hannah Olson and I love sharing about all things homemaking, motherhood, and homeschooling. And I thought it would be fun to bring you along with us for a day in our life. This is just, I don't even remember what day of the week this was. I think it was a typical Tuesday or Wednesday. And I always start off my mornings, every single morning, with taking out my sway. It's my heatless hair curling ribbon, so that's what you see me doing here. And it only takes a couple minutes to put in at night, a couple minutes to take out in the morning. And it is by far the best way that I have found to do my hair as a busy mom of 3 little ones. We've really been enjoying granola from Aldi. It's their organic, I think it's coconut chia seed granola. I love granola, and here though I'm also scooping up a little bit of Greek yogurt for Svea, our 1.5-year-old. She absolutely loves yogurt, Greek yogurt especially, so that's what she has pretty much every morning for breakfast, and she'll have little bits and pieces of what the rest of us are having, but I know that it's tried and true for her to get that protein in to start her day. And if you are new around here, I've been a stay-at-home mom ever since we had Sophie, our oldest. She is 7 now, over 7 now, and I actually was an elementary teacher for about 4 years before I stayed home, before I was pregnant with Sophie. And I absolutely love it. It's my dream job. It's what I've always wanted to do, always wanted to be. I wanted to be a mom and I wanted to stay at home with my kids. And I'm so lucky and blessed. And it's not lost on me that not everyone gets that opportunity. And so I'm really thankful to be home with these precious little ones. So we are currently in our rental house, and the house is still relatively new to me. I feel like we've taken our time a bit trying to settle into routines, like even homemaking and cleaning routines, but I'm finally starting to feel like we're settled in. It's just so nice to have our normal routines back in place, and that includes homeschool because we homeschool as well. So I like to especially get our morning basket work, or, the family subjects time done when I can during breakfast, because the kids are better able to focus when their mouths are full and when we're all around the table anyways. So I typically these days have been starting out working with Sophie one-on-one. She's in 1st grade, so I work with her over on the kitchen table while Soren does his independent pre-K work that I've given him every day. And right here I'm sitting with him on the couch, working with him on what is, I guess, considered the direct instruction time of the day. For him, we do phonics and reading work and sometimes flashcards, and he does his math workbook, stuff like that. But it is time to get ready for lunch. Homeschooling typically takes the entire morning, and today we are having taco salad. And I have a cute little Velcro baby, as they call it sometimes. Svea just wanted to be held, and I wanted to pull together some spices to make homemade taco seasoning. I somehow cut or scraped myself, I wasn't sure, and Svea saw that I needed a Band-Aid, and she really, really wanted to get it on me. It was so sweet. She is just such a little nurturing mama, and as Soren says it, Mama, she's a mama already. And Svea is just so sweet, so she wanted to help me out with that, and I'm continuing to put together the rest of the taco salad ingredients. I love this meal because once I get this big taco salad made, all the components figured out, then we can also have it for supper later in the day. So a neat part of the floor plan of this rental house is, well, it has a main floor, but then there's also a finished basement, and that allows the kids to run downstairs and get some energy out and play and be a little louder, and it works out really well for us. And I wanted to explain the taco salad ingredients in case you're curious. So it's lettuce, of course, and taco meat. We use ground beef. We use chopped up tomatoes. Any kind of tomatoes works. We have scallions or green onions, classic Catalina dressing, Fritos for fun, and the beans we use are ranch style beans, and then there's also shredded cheddar cheese. I absolutely love this combination. It's one of my favorite meals, and actually, I think it was Soren who said it is his favorite meal as well. So now after lunchtime, we don't always move directly to quiet time, but I jumped ahead a little bit in my filming, and I decided to make myself a mug of tea. I love that Sweet Dreams tea any time of the day, and I am making tea in my chicken mug because I am missing our chickens a little bit. I love our black hot pot, or what is it also called? An electric tea kettle. It is so easy to pour with, and it's a really great Amazon find. I'm so glad we have that. I also grabbed a couple oatmeal raisin cookies, and this is where Sophie and Soren do their quiet times. Sophie's in the master bedroom. Soren always does quiet time every day in their shared room. So Sophie and Soren share a room. You saw the bunk beds earlier. And I decided to just take some time to slow down instead of doing computer work right away and read a couple books. I have a whole long list of books that I need to read, that I want to read, and I heard a really cool philosophy for getting that done. It's to commit to reading a certain number of chapters per day from any variety of books that you have in your stack. So I have 3 books here, and if I just read 1 chapter from each every day, that really helps me make progress. This one is called When Your Child is 6 to 12, and it's really fascinating because it's about middle childhood in those years that often get forgotten. I also have in my stack, my lengthy list of books to read for the children's sake, which I've heard highly recommended, and this one, which is called Mother and Son. I've actually read quite a bit of it in the past, but I wanted to take the time to finish it. So we do a 2-hour quiet time every day. We've worked our way up to that. It has taken some time to really practice that stamina for the kids. I certainly wouldn't recommend jumping right into a 2-hour quiet time, but we started when they were a lot younger, and we started with a lot shorter of a quiet time and slightly different expectations. And now the kids have Yodel players, which they love using for audio content, and it's worked out so well for us. But quiet time, as you can see, and nap time for Svea is over, and we are going to make some healthy homemade gummies, and the kids love these so much. So you only need 3 ingredients, essentially. We use this Perfect brand. The brand is called Perfect, bovine gelatin, and we've really loved it. And then from Aldi, I love getting their organic juice. This one is called Immunity Blend, and it's 100% juice, but it has apple, carrot, and orange juice in it. And then we also use honey for these gummies. So it's a really simple and easy recipe. It's one of those recipes that's fun to do with the kids too. And you just start out with pouring 1 cup of water into a pot, and then 4 cups of whatever fruit juice you desire into the pot. So you've just got your 1 cup water, 4 cups fruit juice. Then you sprinkle 7 tablespoons of this gelatin on top and allow it to sit just for a few minutes. if you would like a little extra sweetness to it, which we do, we add 1/2 cup honey. So you've got a 1/2 cup honey in there. And Soren is so sweet. He's always been my cooking helper, actually. I know I didn't film him really helping that much, but his whole life he's loved helping to cook, which is so fun. Anyway, the girls are there too, and we did grease the pan with coconut oil. I'll show you how that ends up later on in the future. And we've made these a couple times with the coconut oil, and I don't know why I'm not learning my lesson. I think I will skip the coconut oil next time. But basically, once everything is dissolved in the pot, you just pour it into your pan and you let it sit. It's a 9x13 pan. We just let it sit and chill, actually, in the fridge until it's thickened. And it actually surprised us with only taking a couple hours instead of several. Then I decided, since it was soon to be trash day, to take out the trash in the whole house. I ran around, gathered up trash from all our little trash cans, you know how that is, and brought it out to the trash and recycling containers out in the alleyway behind our house. So we have a little backyard, which is so nice. It's so much better than living in an apartment, which we did for like 3.5 years as well. We would half of the year about live in our apartment. And I just love the feeling of being in a house. I'm such a homebody. I love being a homemaker. And of course, I could be a homebody and enjoy homemaking in our apartment too. But there's something special about being in your own like autonomous house and not worrying about being loud for the neighbors below you and stuff like that. Then it started to snow, so I'm really glad I got the trash all taken care of, and it was starting to get dark anyway. I had washed our sheets during the day, so I wanted to get our bed remade. It's kind of a funny situation here with our bed. We have a queen size bed. I think it's a slightly smaller frame. So this house is mostly furnished, and so we used our own Nectar mattress because we just love it so much. But it's a little tricky to tuck all the sheets in. And as you can see, it's just a more simple, plain bedroom. We're not going to decorate, which is actually kind of freeing. We're only having this rental house for this year, 2025, and just for 5 months at that. By the way, I read James Harriet every single night before I go to bed. It is so peaceful and so calming for me. So this is what the gummies look like. They kind of get those white spots on top, which the kids actually don't mind and they love it. But I definitely will skip the coconut oil next time. It's just from the coconut oil and how it kind of floats to the surface as the gummies chill. But anyway, it tastes fine. Coconut oil has a nice flavor anyway. I just don't feel like it greased the pan all that much for me, and I will give it a shot without the coconut oil next time. But it's a tried and true recipe, I would say, for us anyway. It's just the greasing of the pan that might need tweaking. We love these gummies. I love that they are a healthy, immunity boosting gummy, especially if we use a healthy kind of fruit juice. We don't typically drink any fruit juice anyway, so it's an extra special and flavorful treat for us. And when I do have elderberry syrup on hand, which I do need to make another batch soon here, we also like to turn that into gummies. And then I'm just wrapping up the evening while the kids are playing around me and playing in the basement with some sweeping. So the main level of this house, which is the main living area, is all wood floors or hard floors. So I am typically used to carpet, like some carpet and some hard floors back at home. So this is a lot more sweeping than I'm used to, but it's fine. If this truly was our house, I probably would get rugs for the bedrooms and stuff like that, but it works super well just for a rental house situation for us. So I'm sweeping up the kids' room. When I say the kids' room, I mean Sophie and Soren's room. Svea actually has a bedroom in the basement, in the finished basement. It works out well because I invested in a cheap audio baby monitor so I can always hear her downstairs. We just wanted to make sure that Bjorn and I were actually on the main level of the house just for security's sake and kind of having a good finger on the pulse of what's going on in the home, even overnight and stuff. So I think it was a pretty productive day. It was definitely a typical day in our life. And a friend and I were joking that, boy, it would be nice if this year in 2025, the new year just started on February 1st, because I feel like January was a more difficult month to feel settled into our routines this year. But I'm looking forward to February and all that it will bring. Hey friends, thanks so much for coming along with me. If you like this kind of content, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I would also love it if you would stick around here and hit that subscribe button. I love sharing about all things motherhood, homemaking, and homeschooling, so if you're interested in any of those topics, be sure to stick around. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.